Hey, you, out there in the world again. Um, I told you before that we have been invaded here in Brazil by an alien force called, they call themselves the United States of America. After the coup d'etat they sponsored against President Dilma in 2016, um, they sponsored the frauded election of a new president who used to salute the US flag. And when he visits the um, expat Brazilians in Miami, which happens to be the actual capital of Latin America, they shout USA, USA, and he takes part at this celebration. And after he took power, he managed to pay back his supporters by giving them a piece of our territory unconstitutionally. It's a piece of the state of Maranhão, which will become a US military base. We just gave the aliens a piece of our territory without asking anybody. And he also attempted to give Boeing a Brazilian Embraer, which nowadays happens to be the third largest airplane maker in the world. And this may have all begun because of some local infiltrators. One of them, we'll talk about him later. He requires a special episode just about him. He pretended to be a judge. It was very helpful to avoid the front runner to become a candidate and open the race for the guy that is now the occupant of the presidency. And after he helped this frauded election, he collected his prize. He became his justice minister. Now there's another person that was extremely active at this invasion. Few people mention her anywhere, and I myself am afraid of what might happen to this video, because her name is Liliane Ayaldi, and previously she worked for an organization called US8, which happens to be an outsourced of CIA. It's a CIA branch, and she worked for this organization for the Central American countries. So she visited and she had her tentacles over Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, Costa Rica, and she was at this position at the time of the coup d'etat in Honduras. Then they moved her on to Paraguay, where, not coincidentally, there was another coup d'etat that ousted President Lugo. Then they moved her to Brazilian ambassador. Well, she worked at the embassy in Brazil, and there was the coup d'etat against Dilma Rousseff. And by the time she was there, Edward Snowden, who worked for another branch of CIA, the NSA, National Security Agency, something like that, he had denounced that President Dilma's mobile phone or cell phone had been spied by his peers, and also Evo Morales, president of Bolivia, had his email accounts and cell phone number spied, and Angela Merkel, Prime Minister of Germany, and Christina Kirchner, President of Argentina, among other like Petrobras, the state-owned oil company in Brazil, Minister of Energy in Brazil. They had their email accounts and mobile numbers hacked. So Edward Snowden denounced that, and that was published by WikiLeaks, by the companions of Julian Assange, and it was denounced in Brazil to prevent President Dilma Rousseff of what was going on by Glenn Greenwald, U.S. journalist that is based in Rio de Janeiro, here in Brazil, and he went to TV Globo, at a very popular TV show on Sunday evenings, prime time television here. He denounced that all of that she was being spied, not just her, but the Petrobras and the Minister of Energy, and at this time, President of the United States was Barack Hussein Obama. So it doesn't matter who's the President of the United States. The United States of America is the greatest enemy of Brazil, regardless of who the president is, which party is in power. It doesn't matter. Not the people from the United States of America, but the state, the deep state, would say. I remember one time President Clinton answering to a reporter, he mentioned something that regardless of the president there at the White House, there is another state within the state that no president of the United States can get a hold of. Anyhow, at this point, we have, for the first time since the Second World War, a Brazilian general who works for the U.S. Army, and there is the commander of the South Command. Is that the South Command? It's South something. It's Southern Command something, based in Texas, I guess. He's an admiral, Craig. He briefed President Trump recently and introduced him to a Brazilian general that is paid by the Brazilian people to work for them there, to help them enslave the Brazilian people. Because in reality, the Brazilian armed forces, they don't get themselves prepared to defend the Brazilian people from an external enemy. They prepare themselves to hold the Brazilian people down for the empire. So they are just arms of the empire to um, keep the Brazilian people wherever they want. I'm not sure if this video will prosper because, you know, Google, YouTube, everybody knows that this is all related to CIA as well. So if you suddenly see me off the air, please contact my cats and tortoise.